Okay, you guys, so we've gotten a ton of questions asking about how to get in the rooms at Simon Casting. So I'm just gonna give you a couple tips here. One is the obvious, through your agent. Really important to have a great relationship with your agent so they know who you are, what you're doing, your latest shows. So if I've overlooked you, for some reason, they can call and pitch you to me and tell me what you've done lately and how wonderful you are and why I should see you. And then I always will see that actor because I don't want to miss someone great. Another way is a great headshot and a resume. A headshot that looks exactly like you and a resume that's super up to date about what you've been doing lately. Make sure there's no misspellings and make sure that you don't put fibby kind of stuff on there because chances are somebody will read it who cast it and be like, I didn't cast him on that. Invite us to your shows. We are at theater every single week, my whole staff. So if you're in a show, and especially if it's something you're super proud of, make sure that we know about it. Send us a postcard, send us 2 postcards. Call your agent and have them invite us. A lot of the agents in town will do that. Will call me and say, my actor Joe Smith is in a show and he's really proud of it and it was a great performance and here's the review. When you haven't been called in and you're getting super frustrated and you don't know what's going on in the business, you don't know what roles are being called in for and things like that, and so often the first thing an actor thinks of is I need to get rid of my agent and start fresh, and without ever calling them and checking in with them to find out how many projects you've been submitted for and what's going on in town. So I would say that's where you start, is having good communication with your agent and have a sit down with them and say, what's been going on? Where do you see me in this industry? Where do I fit into your roster? You want an agent who comes sees your shows, who knows what you're capable of. That's why we go to shows. We go to find new faces and we also go to watch people's growth. Because so often I'll see somebody in comedy and call them in for comedic pieces, but then I go see them in a dramatic piece and they're fabulous too. You watch actors evolve. So you want someone who's gonna come watch that happen so they can pitch you to me. But you wanna sit down with your agent and have an honest conversation, and maybe that conversation is you need more training or you need to change your hairstyle or something like this. An easy fix to help you become more marketable, or maybe they aren't the right agent for you after speaking with them, that they aren't that enthused with you, but I think it warrants a conversation first. Also, you can ask your agency, I haven't been into Claire's office, can you just maybe push me in for a general audition? Even if you've been seen here and we haven't seen you in a while, that's a great way to refresh our memories so we know who you are and can see how you've grown again. So if you're frustrated and you haven't been called in a while, another thing you can do is call your agent. Hopefully you have a really good relationship with them. They pick up the phone and they can tell you truthfully what's going on. If you ever need feedback for an audition or where you stand or what's going on, call your agent and have them call us. I will tell them honestly how you've been performing and where you fit into our world. Give constructive advice or feedback that hopefully will be really helpful to you as an actor. I think the key, you guys, is communication, because it's so easy as an actor. All you know is if you get called in or you don't. All you know is if you get the audition, you get the part or you don't. And then your imagination goes crazy in between. And it's just so much easier to talk to somebody who can get you some feedback so you know exactly what's going on. A lot of times when you haven't been called in a while, you assume nobody loves you anymore. And maybe it's just there haven't been any roles for your age category, or in our Chicago world, in the PD and fire and med world, you can only work every 2 seasons unless you come back as the same role. So maybe it's we booked you recently and we can't use you again and you're fabulous, but we can't use you for 2 seasons. Ask questions, check in with your agent, and have her check in with us, and we will give you all the information you need to be the best you can be. The best way to get into our doors if you don't have an agent is to just send your headshot snail mail. To go to one of our Gmail accounts, it gets compounded and it takes forever to go through it. So send it snail mail, we will go through it. If you have a particular look that we've been looking for in one of our shows, we'll put it to the side. If you have a resume with substantial theater credits or improv credits or training, we will put that aside and save you for general audition. I would say about 10 times a year we have generals. And you should have a monologue prepared because that's the best way for you to stand in front of us and us to get to know you. We keep notebooks, so if something comes up and we'll be like, what about that girl that just sent us her headshot and resume that plays the trumpet and the trombone, and that's exactly what we need.